Hey folks, truck, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to go over how I set up my bass boat. This has been a requested video by a few people on my channel, my YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna kind of go through how I set up my boat. It works for me, it might not work for you. So if you wanna take some ideas from how I set stuff up, and let me go through all these baits real quick, put these up, and then we'll start the video. Foremost, this is an 08 Stratos bass boat. The model of it's a 176 XT. So this boat's 17 foot 6 inches long, right around 18 foot. So the whole trailer and everything's probably right around 19, 20 foot long. I had the opportunity, to go up to a bigger bass boat, to one with like a 150 or 160, but I wanted to keep my costs down, like maintenance wise, engine. It's mainly a fun fishing boat. So I don't want to get like a big 150 if I'm not fishing tournaments or whatnot. So this is mainly like just a fun, going out on the water, having fun boat. And it's got a decent amount of storage. Deck room's pretty decent for this size boat. So we'll go into the compartments. Let me go to the back. So let's go to the back of the boat. This is the back of the boat. The powerhouse behind the boat is a 50 horse Mercury engine. It's an 08 model. It's a 2-stroke. So, it's a little bit lighter than a 4-stroke, so you're gonna get just a little bit more top end speed. Also, the maintenance on it is not as bad. It's cost effective. The only downside is a little bit louder than a 4-stroke. It's not as quiet. It smokes. It doesn't smoke a lot, but it does smoke a little bit starting up. Also, this is, it's decent on gas, pretty good on gas, but it's not gonna be as good as a 4-stroke. So I used to have a 4-stroke on my John boat, but I sold my John boat to get this, and I wanted the 2-stroke engine, so that's what I went with. Even though I know there's a few lakes out there where you can only use 4-stroke motors in it. That's the engine. So my console unit is a Humminbird 688 HD. It's got regular sonar, GPS, where I can, map my waypoints and stuff like this, and down imaging on it. So I'm running the Humminbird Lake Maps chips that go in right here. They go in right there. So let me go to the front one now. Let me go to my front unit. All right, this is my front unit. It's a Humminbird also, and then it's the Helix 5 down imaging and GPS as well. The reason I went with kind of slanted screen like that is I'm standing up a lot, so I like that screen kind of slanted, like a widescreen version. So that's that. So both of the units have down imaging and also GPS capability. So I really want that down imaging, definitely when you're on the water. Gives you just a little bit more clarity of the bottom. I don't use side imaging yet, because I pretty much know where I'm gonna go fish in my local lakes. Once I start fishing a lot more newer lakes, then definitely you wanna use side imaging to find that, if I'm brushed off to the side or stuff you would not go over with your boat. So now I'm gonna go over my compartments and what I have in each one. So let's start with the back of the boat and then work my way to the front. All right, so always got to have your net. So in this box I keep just my culling equipment, and then also my just the ropes for the boat and stuff like that. I don't keep too much in that. So the reason I don't keep too much in that box is because you might have an extra fisherman in the boat and you want to have a place where they can put their tackle. So that's the main reason I don't have that much stuff in that one right there. So now let's go to my next one. Let's go to the Livewell. It's a decent sized Livewell. It's not too bad. So here is the Livewell. Decent sized Livewell, it's not too bad. It's got recirculators in it, and also it has a fresh water access system to where fresh lake water keeps coming in it, to where it just fills right up the bottom, so it always has oxygenated air. Plus it's got a recirculator to keep those fish alive. Now let's go to my next compartment, my last compartment on the back side of my boat. All right, so in my last back hatch right here, I have extra oil for my engine, got your fire extinguisher, got another extra rope. I keep my seat pedestal for the back here also. Got bug spray. And I got a few extra things of water, and I got some wire snips. So this is mainly my toolbox on the boat. So that box is mainly for my, it's a toolbox mainly for my tools. It's got my seat pedestal in there. I keep my extra water. If I have any water on the water, if I have any water on the water with me, that's where I put it. So that's the back of the boat. So let's go to my front hatches. This right here is, as you say, where the magic happens. This is where I keep all my baits and all that stuff. I have a decent selection of baits, but it's not super duper amazing baits. So this is my front hatch of my boat, my front left one. In this bag right here, in this Calcutta bag, I keep a lot of terminal tackle. I keep a lot of baits, weight, all my drop shot weights I keep in here. I just keep all my hooks mainly in this one. But also I have my drop shot weights in here because I do drop shot fish a lot now, thanks to Zachary Jeter. So I keep that in there, a lot of drop shot hooks, and then I also keep an extra spool of Strin fluorocarbon. You never know when you need fluorocarbon. So that's my Calcutta bag. Also, I got my Roadrunner heads in here that I love to fish. Great place. And I just got them in a regular old box. All right, so also in here I got my clippers, pliers, scissors, all that good stuff. And then got more terminal tackle with corks, just in case you want to go crappie fishing or something. Extra catfish hooks, all that kind of stuff. Gotta have your sunscreens. I've got a bag of extra towels right here. They're dry. Keep them in a bag to, wipe off the seat or something if I need to. And I keep my life jackets in here, and then also my seat cushion. This box right here, I got the camera so you can see in it. All right, so this box right here, I keep more terminal tackle in the back. I keep my punch weights and stuff back there, and then also my punch skirts. On this one, I got extra worm hooks right here. This one right here, these front two compartments are all my drop shot baits. I've got my bait fish imitators right here. Then I got my worms right here. So I like to keep things nice and organized, especially when I'm fishing. So that's everything that's in this box. So now let me move to my next box, and it's my rod locker. There are no rods in here right now because I have them all in my house, getting ready to go fishing this weekend on a fishing trip. Let me put all this stuff back in here. Oh man, it's a lot of stuff. And then also, I got a dry box. Make sure I always want to keep a dry box. Put my phone, wallet, all that good stuff in it. And it's bright. All right. So now let's look in my middle hatch. I'm like down on the ground almost. All right, so my next compartment is my rod locker right here. This is my rod locker right here. Up at the front there used to be a something to organize your rods in it. It was like little pipes and stuff to where you slip all your rods in it, but you can only fit like up to 12 rods in here. I took that out, and then so I started using a lot of rod socks, so I can fit up to about 25 to 30 rods in here because I took that out. So that is my rod locker. I had to use my phone light. All right, so let me go in this little. So in here I keep my anchors. I keep just my anchors basically in here, and it just folds perfectly like that. This is my favorite box of the boat, so let's go. This is my main compartment where I keep all my hard baits and most of my soft plastics in here. So let me open it and I'll show you what's in it. All right, so first box, all frogs, mainly my frog box. Next box is all my top water stuff right here. This box is all my jerk baits. So I also keep my raffle of shad wraps in here as well, because I use shad wraps as like a jerk bait. This one, lipless crankbaits. This right here is my jig box. Keep all my jigs in there. Right here, my deep diving crankbait box. My deep diving crankbaits. And then also all my square bills, shallow runners, and all that stuff I keep in this one. So that's those boxes. I'll also make a video in the near future with all my different baits and stuff that I use. So I'm just going through it really quickly. All right, so now let me go through my soft plastics boxes. This first one right here, in this first box, I keep my, a couple different shad baits and stuff like that. You got your Z-Man popping shads, I keep them in here. And then in this first one, compartment right here, I keep all my punching baits, missile baits, missile D-bombs, you know, your Devil Spears by Berkeley Havoc, by Iaconelli. I keep those in here. In this next box right here, I keep my chunks for my jigs and stuff. I use net baits, and then I also use Rage Tail chunks, so they're really good. And then in this last one's kind of a miscellaneous of a lizard and Trixie Sharks by Reaction Innovations. I love the Trixie Shark. That is definitely, if I'm fishing a frog and I can't fish, you know, can't catch anything on a frog, I'll switch to a Trixie Shark, and usually that little bit of a finesse presentation, how kind of light it is, that'll catch bass. So that's that box. Now for my next one, put that back in there. All right, so this is probably, these next two boxes are my boxes I'm normally in, like pretty much all the time I'm fishing soft plastics. So this first compartment, I keep all my super flukes and my fluke baits. Mostly these are Zoom super flukes. I mean, yes, it's good to have a variety of fluke style baits, but these Zoom flukes work so good. It's just, it's pretty much the only one I use. Then in the next one right here, I've got my, what's that back in there? I need a bigger box because I've got so many Zoom super flukes. All right, so in the next box right here, in the next part of the box, I keep my tubes, grubs in this one. So in this next box right here, I keep all my craw, you know, type soft plastics. You got your Rage Tail, Cross, your Power Bait, Berkeley, you got Zoom, and then also Yum Cross. Then in this last one, it's just mainly like a swim style baits and stuff in that back one. Put that back in there. All right, so in my final box right here, I keep all my worms. Basically, I use, I've got my trick worms right here. Also got some Yum dingers and stuff for wacky rigging. And then also got some big, you know, ribbon tail worms in the back right there. But that's in the wrong spot. But I'm trying to make the video, so I'll organize it later. All right. All right. The trolling motor I'm using on this boat is a Minn Kota maximum 70-pound thrust. It came with a 45, but I switched it out for this one because I mainly fish a lot of tidal rivers and stuff, and this pulls this boat along more than needed, really, but it allows me to fish in that swift current if I really need to. On one, it's just perfect as a 45 would be on about 3 or 4, so this works for me. That is the end of my bass boat tour video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stuff I set up might work for you. You might find different ways to set up stuff. So, you know, if you want to take any considerations that I talked about in the video, definitely take that. But this is my setup that works for me, and I've had my boat set up like this for a while, and you know, it works great for me. Also, I'd like to announce on the video, sadly, we're not going to Lake Hartwell this weekend. Zachary had a family emergency to deal with this weekend, so I fully understand. Me and my father are going up to our lake house this weekend at Lake Marion. It's roughly about 2 hours outside of Charleston. It's the biggest lake in South Carolina, but to me, it's one of the hardest lakes to fish in South Carolina because there's so much stuff to fish there. In Lake Marion, you got standing trees, cypress trees, there's stumps everywhere. If you're not sure where you're running, you cannot plane off, you know, because you will damage your boat if you're not certain where you're going in Lake Marion. But I've been fishing it for years now, so I pretty much understand where I need to run. So Lake Marion's got anywhere from super deep water brush piles all the way up to cypress trees, flooded swamps. It's just everything on that lake. That is an amazing lake to fish. So we're going up to Lake Marion. I'll be doing my jerkbait video at Lake Marion, so definitely be ready for that in the next week or two. That's the end of this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet, because there's going to be a lot more fishing videos to come. Until next time, I will see you bassoon. Have a good day.